Hello everyone, ShadowMario41 back with more Perfect Dark with enemy rockets. This is the 4th extra video where we will be taking another look at Combat Simulator, and we're going to do a multiplayer match without all the lengthy explanations and such. I'm just going to show you the options really quick. We're going to be playing on the grid arena. It's exclusive to Perfect Dark. Those are the weapons that we'll be using. I'll explain all of them in the game. We'll play 9 minutes, normal health. Now for simulants, I changed the easy sims around a little bit. I made them special simulants. They're set on easy, but there's the K sim, who will stop at nothing to destroy the opponent. Like regardless of what weapon he's using or whatever, he'll always go after him. The Prey sim will prey on the weaker players, so it'll probably go after the normal sims. And the Judge sim will attack the stronger players, so I'll probably be facing the Judge sim a lot. So we start in the grid. The grid, I get a dragon right away and get a kill, so that's good. The grid is a pretty nice level. It's basically 2 large rooms connected. It's this room and then the room with I died already. This room, then the room with the elevator. Well, the room with the elevator on the ground floor. Then this room has the elevator on the upper floor. Connected by 2 main hallways on the ground, 2 hallways on the second floor, and the elevator. So yeah, I think that makes for an interesting combat situation. So yeah, I got 4 pretty easy kills so far. 2 easy ones on the hard sim. That was good. So I was not paying attention. Right now I'm using the laptop gun. It was actually voted by I forgot who did it. I think Game Trailers did a countdown of the best weapons in video games, and the laptop gun placed really high for its secondary function, which I will employ later in the video. I promise you that. So I'm just gonna run away from that guy. Get some extra kills. Now with the music, you can hear the music shift, or not shift, but switch. I have it set on that feature so it switches between all the songs in the game that I like. Now we're using the Callisto NTG. I showed you this, and we used it for the most part in the Skedar Ruins Battle Shrine mission. It is definitely very useful again in multiplayer. Both of the functions are actually pretty useful there. I mean, I prefer the high impact shots, but if you're in a room full of opponents, it's pretty useful to just use the rapid fire bullets and spray bullets everywhere. That is pretty good. So yeah, the grid is connected by these 2 hallways. This is one of them. I'm going to show you the second one, in addition to those 2 bottom hallways. I'm in a bit of trouble here, facing that guy. The Callisto, that's the only downside, it has a little slow reload. While he was using the CMP 150, which has a pretty quick reload. And all those explosions where the grenades going on. Similar to GoldenEye, if an explosion goes off in the vicinity of like a grenade or something, even if it's on the ground and inactive, it'll explode. And then that'll usually cause a chain reaction of explosions. And I got killed kind of cheaply right there, because I just respawned. But that's alright. I'll come back. Take that, normal Sim 3. So this is the Dragon, typical submachine gun. Its secondary function, however, I'm going to use right now. You can employ it as a proximity mine, but it still looks like a gun. So the player will run over to it thinking it's a gun, and it'll blow up in their face as a proximity mine. That's pretty cool. I like using it. Now I'm going to use the laptop secondary function. I kind of messed up on it a little bit. I let go of the Z button too early. But you can throw it as a sentry gun, and it'll automatically shoot any opponents that come within range of it. You can only have 1 sentry gun deployed at any time. But yeah, this is really useful, and it creates almost an entirely new multiplayer strategy if you have them in the game. Since you can actually shoot the sentry guns to disable them, but still you'd have to worry about walking into rooms with sentry guns. Something that you normally wouldn't have to worry about in a multiplayer match. So this is the Mauler that I have now. I used it in the Mr. Blonde's Revenge video. It has two functions. The main primary function was the most useful in single player, which was just the normal shots. But this function is definitely the most useful in multiplayer, where it charges up 5 bullets, or 5, they're not really bullets I guess, 5 shots, and unleashes it in one shot, which will instantly kill the opponent, no matter where it hits them. You can also fire off partially charged shots, like you can see right now my the right, or the left Mauler that I was holding at that time was only partially charged because I didn't have enough bullets in the magazine. And partially charged shots won't be instant kills, but they'll do a lot of damage. So just to check on the scores, again, remember that I am the blue team, so I'm in the lead, and it's just me, I'm not with anyone else. So now these guys, if you're wondering why this guy is kind of like screwed up, he probably got punched. When you get punched in this game, or if you get hit by an N-bomb or a tranquilizer or anything to that effect, your screen gets very blurry, and it becomes very hard for you to see. It's just a mess. It's kind of like a disorienting effect that would happen after you were punched, but it's a little more extreme than that. I'm just going to show off the grenade really quick. This is the grenade. Normally, the normal function, pretty basic, the grenade. But the secondary function is what's interesting. You can have it bounce around the room in a proximity pinball, and as soon as it hits a target, it will explode. It'll bounce off of walls, ceilings, as long as it doesn't hit, I think if it hits another grenade, it'll explode, or if it hits another player. But that can be pretty cool, or pretty dangerous at the same time, depending on, you know, if you're in a room with someone throwing off proximity grenades. It's more of a luck-based thing than a skill-based thing. Whatever. Just mowing down some targets with the Callisto NTG. It's probably one of my favorite guns in the game. Very useful all around. And I missed that guy completely. And then died. It's embarrassing. But just pretend you didn't see that. But luckily we stopped right next to another Callisto MTG. Look at that. That normal sim didn't have a chance. These easy sims are pretty pathetic too. Probably should have given the easy sims a little more help on that team. Maybe thrown in a normal sim. See now what happens when you get punched. I only got punched a little bit, so it's not really noticeable, but even like just a little bit, your screen gets all blurry and messed up. You can only imagine if you get punched a lot how truly disoriented you become by looking at your screen. If we can get to the point where the whole screen is black and you can't even see like what you're doing, it's horrible. It's horrible. So this is CMP 150. You usually see a lot of this in single player mode, but we couldn't with enemy rockets. Most of the Datadyne enemies wield this weapon. And I just died. But yeah, it's pretty useful. You can do wield. Very nice. And we're going to pick it up again right now. I'm going to show the secondary function, which is follow lock on, which if you put your crosshair on an opponent, it'll essentially auto-aim on that opponent. So that's a pretty good function. That's good. Follow lock-on is really good if you're in like a big open room or whatever. That's when I find the follow lock-on to be really useful. So I think I showcased all of the weapons that I set in this multiplayer match. Up in the top right is the radar. I don't think I really need to explain how a radar works. Pretty much the same way in every shooter. And no, it's not a radar array, before anyone says that. Not the radar array. So that little alarm means the time's running out. Punched right at the end. I tried to kill that guy right at the end. So now the status screen will come up, similar to GoldenEye. You'll get awards, weapon of choice. The title I talked about last extra video, so I'm not going to really reiterate because it's kind of confusing. team rankings. I got 49 kills, not bad. Or a score of 49. But I did get 49 kills because I got 0 suicides. And suicides take off from the scores. Yeah. Player rankings. You can see how many times you died, what your score was, how many times other players died, what their total score ended up being. Wow, Prayson got a score of 0. That's pathetic. Pathetic. You can see your stats, you can see how many times you killed each opponent specifically, and how many times each opponent killed you specifically. But now I have to close the video. That concludes the 4th extra video. I plan on posting one more extra video, and that'll probably be up next week or so. But until then, this is ShadowMario41. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.